Ram Dass once said that I'm not a guru, I'm not an enlightened being. I'm somebody just like you, exploring methods and working on myself. And that all we do is we meet as explorers on a journey, and we share maps, and we gain clues to things that might help us along the way. What's going on, y'all? My name is Sean Taylor, a traveler through this trip called life, passing through, sharing some tips, tricks, and tools that I've gathered along my journey that have really helped me in my direction. And before we start this video, I want to say thank you to all those who have already subscribed and joined on this journey. Let's continue moving forward into our highest self and highest purpose. So, in this video, I'd like to cover the subject of meditation. I've mentioned it in a couple previous videos of how it's an important tool. And I want to start off this video by introducing a Sanskrit term, that is Viveka. Now, Viveka roughly translated means intelligent discrimination. We can also look at it as the ability to separate the wheat from the chaff. Because one of the cool things about meditation is you discover the true self by the removal of what is not you. We tune in to our own true voice as we tune out all the voices that are not ours. That's one of the goals and tasks and aims of going through this meditation practice, is tuning out those voices that aren't ours. We have a bunch of impressions that are put upon us since birth, and through this meditation process, using Viveka, we steadily cut away and release those things that are not ours, and that allows us to shine our light forward more. When I was studying the Pranahuti practice, they illustrated it as we are a lantern. We have this divine light, this divine spark within inside of us. And through this practice of meditation and using Viveka, we clean off the malas, or those impurities, or these impressions. Now, we can think of it as we're clearing off that soot that's on that glass of that lantern, and as we clear that soot away, those impressions, that malas, the things that are not us, we clear that soot away, more of our own true light is able to shine through. Now, I've heard many people say, I can't concentrate during meditation, and I can't clear the mind during meditation. And I'd say that you're never going to really be able to clear that mind, because there's always going to be thoughts in this thought realm. Thoughts float in the ether. It's kind of like a radio wave. The radio waves are always playing. It's just if you're tuned into it or not. And through this meditation process, we become better and more able to fine-tune what we're listening to. Through this meditation practice, we're able to more finely tune into our voice. We're better able to recognize things that are not ours. We're able to set down that baggage that we've been carrying around, those thoughts that weigh us down, but they're not ours. We're able to set that down and move forward. When we clear that stuff out, more of that light shines through. Another tip that I've gathered is some people, sports stars, let's say a basketball player, they have a certain set of sneakers that they put on, and their body knows, when I put on these sneakers, it's game time. So one of the things that we can do is we can go and get ourselves a little meditation mat. It doesn't need to be fancy. I just picked mine up at Ross, and you get them for $5, you know? And the thing is, you just want to pick one that calls your name. And this meditation mat, you'll start to build an energy with it. And your body starts tuning in, saying, hey, I'm on this meditation mat. It's time to meditate. And what I've found is you start building that energy, and when you sit on this mat, you're able to drop in quicker, and you're able to drop in deeper, because your body goes into that mode when you start sitting on it. Another thing that that's helped me is I'll light a candle and or incense. I light the incense because it kind of gives me a time frame of how long I've been meditating. It's when I hit a certain point in the incense, I'm like, okay, I've meditated for this long, I've dropped in, and that's all I need. I've also heard people say that they can't concentrate during meditation, and I would say that you don't want to concentrate in meditation. Concentration comes as a result of meditation. You are able to have a better handle on your focus. You're better able to notice when you're catching on those thoughts that are not yours. You're better able to understand the signals that you receive. A way we can think about it is, say we're getting angry, we're getting worked up. Through this practice of meditation, we're better able to tune into what is causing this anger. Because we can think about anger as more like a warning light on our dash. It's trying to signal us to something. It's trying to draw our attention to something. And the meditation process helps us more quickly tune into that. And when we tune into it and figure out that why, the cause of this anger, we can more readily resolve this. To circle back a little bit to those that say they can't clear their thoughts on meditation, one of the things we can do is give that monkey mind that keeps on thinking random thoughts. Oh, I need to do the dishes, I need to run up to the grocery store and all this stuff. We can give that monkey mind something to do. And we can give this monkey mind something to do that's actually quite beneficial to us, that actually adds to our meditation practice. Like focusing on our breath, how we are breathing, can direct that monkey mind to actually give it a task to focus on and move little by little. And there's a couple different ways we can use the breath. You can think of the breath as almost a transmission, and how we can gear up or gear down our experience. So, just a simple in and out through the nose is a first start. And then we can start building this of how we're bringing in the breath, the prana, the life energy. One of the ways I've learned how to do it is you bring it up through the nose and you imagine it coming up through your third eye. And as it comes up through the third eye, you allow it to waterfall down in through your heart. And that's where you hold your intention. Maybe you want to send somebody good energy, or you want to feel a certain way. You have that breath come up through the third eye and waterfall down through the heart. And as you're doing that, if you really even want to turn it up even more, you engage what is called the Mula Bandha lock. And what it is essentially you clench your asshole. You do a kegel, and what that does is you can imagine a balloon. You hold that balloon knot shut, so you actually accumulate that air and accumulate that energy. Because otherwise you bring it up and it runs right through you. But if you engage that lock at the bottom, you allow that prana to build up in your stomach. And so you bring it up through the nose, up through the third eye, waterfall down through the heart, and you allow that belly to extend out. Now you want to do belly breaths, so you're actually working that diaphragm. Then you get a deeper breath, you're breathing deeper, you're not breathing up in your chest, you're breathing down here. And through this process, I've experienced it where when I really focus on my breath, my posture improves. Because over time in meditation, there gets to be a time where you start slouching and all this, but when you bring yourself back, that's when you can take a conscious breath, and your breath will bring you back up, and you almost want to have it feel like a string pulling from the back side of your head, drawing you up. You want to have that breath drawing you up through the crown as your Mula Bandha lock brings you down. So you're elongating that spine. And I've had it where my back cracks into place because I'm stretching out the spine, I'm elongating my head while drawing down my root. So we can use our breath and our posture to give this monkey mind something to do. And don't worry if that monkey mind keeps going. I've been doing this for years, and I still have days where it's hard to drop in. but after a while it does get easier. And then you have those days where you dip your toe into that divine energy and you blossom. And I see one of the goals of this meditation is to draw yourself from that monkey mind. Notice when you're in that. Notice when you're being taken for a ride and you're not in control. And the whole idea of meditation is being able to consciously put yourself back in that driver's seat. And I believe it was either the Upanishads or the Bhagavad Gita, how they detail this out of how when we sit in meditation, sometimes we get drawn into the river of thoughts. And then what we do is we realize that we got drawn into this river of thoughts. We simply pull ourselves out from the stream of thoughts and place yourself back into that meditative state. And that's really what meditation is you notice when your mind's wandering, going off subject from what you're focusing on, and drawing yourself up, placing yourself back in control, back in that driver's seat. So what did we cover today as we covered meditation? We covered the term Viveka, that intelligent discrimination. And that's something we start refining over time. I like to think of it as like a Vivekian sword, where you're able to cut and separate out that wheat from the chaff. And as you get better at it, again, you get better at it. We learned that we can grab a meditation mat that helps us drop in quicker. It kicks our brain into thinking, like those sneakers that the basketball player throws on, and it kicks that brain into saying, okay, it's game time. Using a meditation mat kicks that brain on and tells you, okay, it's time to meditate. We're going to drop in. We learned that thoughts are always going to be around us. I really don't see it possible of being able to entirely clear our mind of thoughts. It's just like radio waves. They're always out there. They're going to be out there. But meditation hones that ability to tune out the world and tune into you. We learned that meditation is a process of finding who you are by the removal of who you are not. We use that Viveka, and we see these impurities, the impurities that aren't us, these impressions that are given to us by others. And over time, we start to clear that soot away from that lantern, and it allows our own true divine light to shine forward. What else did we cover? We covered that this is a meditation practice. It's not a meditation perfect. It's a continual, ever-evolving process. You'll gradually get deeper and deeper into meditation. We also learned that lighting a candle or incense can help you determine like how long you've been in a meditation. And over time, I didn't mention this early in the video, but lighting those incense or that candle is another trigger or cue for that body to drop into that meditative state. It's using our outside senses to initiate that meditative state. I'd like you to comment down below something that you took away from this video that you're going to incorporate into your practice. Or better yet, if you have something that I did not cover in this video, comment that down below. Maybe I can use that in my practice. Thank you all for joining me. Until the next video, peace, take care y'all. Go outside and get some fresh air. It's friggin' good for you.